Welcome to Afro in the Front Row. I am Afro, your host. Here on Afro in the Front Row, we're going to do basically movie reviews, somewhat movie reviews, where we badmouth, trash, and probably throw dirt on movies you love, but then tell you about movies that we like that you're probably not going to like at all. Yes, we will be doing spoilers, so if you don't want to know about the movie, don't watch. No, seriously, don't watch. Today, on our very first episode numero uno, each for the people that speak Japanese, we are going to be reviewing Magic Mike and Goon. So sit back and relax, because you're in the front row with the Afro. Welcome back. This is your host, Afro, and I've brought my friend here, Tato from Tato's Kitchen, to be my first guest.
Hey, what's going on, Afro?
Hey, what's going on, Tato?
Well, I've stepped out of the kitchen, gotten a little dressed up for the movies.
Yes, a little snazzy.
Thank you very much. This is all hand-picked out by these very hands. I just wanted to say before we proceed that you have, I noticed you have one of the most beautiful-looking internet audiences I've ever seen.
I don't know if I agree with that. I know
come on, look at them. They're gorgeous.
No, but I know the type of people that watch me, and I wouldn't even watch me.
And they're watching you in the dark, too.
Goon, directed by Michael Dowsey, starring Sean William Scott, Allison Pill, Kim Coates, Eugene Levy, and Liev Schreiber. So, let's start off by saying this movie kicks ass. I mean,
Literally.
Yeah, it really did just kick ass. It's a fantastic biopic almost. It's based off of a true story. Mm-hmm. Sean William Scott basically plays a down and out bouncer who finds his way into the minor leagues of hockey, mm-hmm. working his way up into the second tier
as an enforcer.
As an enforcer, which I guess is the reason why they call it the Goon.
They call it Goon because that's what he is. It's also known as a thug. And the fact is his name is Doug, they call him Doug the Thug, and they adore that. And if you like hockey, you kind of like the enforcers. They're fun.
Yes, they are. They just beat the shit out of people.
And as Liev Schreiber says, I don't play hockey. I'm a thug. Because it's not hockey.
The movie is very interesting to watch because we get to see Sean William Scott play a character that we don't normally see him play. I mean, we all know him as Stifler from the American Pie movies.
An asshole.
We also remember him from Road Trip, where he played
an asshole.
And I mean, come on, roll after roll, Sean William Scott just played
an asshole.
Yeah, and this is the first time we actually see him play a humble character.
A nice guy.
Yeah, somebody actually, as you would say, genuine. Correct?
Absolutely. That's the thing that blew me away about it. It wasn't just so much, you see a movie and there's a nice guy who's at the center of it, he's sweet and everything, but he's got kind of a smart-ass edge to him. And, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you a douchebag. I'm really a friend, like, say, a Van Wilder type.
Right.
Where he's kind of nice, but he's kind of a schmuck. He was completely nice in this movie. It was fantastic to watch it because you really just feel for the guy.
Yes.
Even when they're celebrating him, they're like, ooh, great job, great game. And he's like, gee, guys, thanks. I really appreciate that. And you're like, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I definitely believe that this is a movie that everybody should sit down and watch. If anything, to see Sean William Scott play something completely different. I mean, you have your funny moments and you have your heartfelt moments. For instance, There's the moment where he's sitting down at dinner with his family.
Oh, yeah.
They're sitting down and they're having dinner, trying to celebrate the fact that he is now a hockey player, but his father, played by Eugene Levy. So his father, played by Eugene Levy, who is a doctor, is very upset about the simple fact that he's getting beat up all the time.
And that he's beating people up. And that's it. That's his whole career.
Yeah,
violence.
And his father believes that he should be doing something more. And in that scene, Sean William Scott explains to him, he's like, no, Dad, I'm dumb. This is me. This is what I do. This is my job. I can't do anything else. And you just feel for the character at that particular moment because, I mean, I know people that are stupid.
I don't think he's not really that. He's not stupid. The thing that really that separates him from most of the characters that would be like this, or even in this movie, is he's complete. I almost want to say simple, but that sounds insulting.
Right.
I say simple. He's a simple person, not a simpleton, because he's pure. He's just pure. Nothing. He has no agenda whatsoever. He doesn't go in and go, I'm going to impress this girl, or I'm going to go do this. I mean, he's just, every single one of us, we go about our day, we do things, we have conversations, and we think about what we're going to say or how we're going to present ourselves. He's just him. And that's fantastic. And because everything is pure. The best example, and I wanted to make sure I mention this, the scene where the first time he's with the Highlanders, the higher up minor league team that he ends up with, he goes through this shitty pep talk with his coach, played magnificently by Kim Coates, who, if you don't know who he is, he's a terrific character actor.
And that means you have not seen one episode of Sons of Anarchy, and you should probably go hang yourself. I'm just saying. Because Sons of Anarchy is a pretty good movie. I don't condone.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Sons of Anarchy? Really? No, don't hang yourself now, sir. Don't.
Wait till after the credits.
Yes, after the credits you can.
Alright! But anyway, and so the coach is giving them the half-assed pep talk. Not really pep talk. It's just you met all the other characters. They're all self-centered. They're all shitheads. Really, they're awful people. And at one point, I think it was the coach turns around and he spits, and it just happens to land on the logo in the center of the floor. And Doug, he's not indignant. He got an agenda. He's not like, how dare you? I'm above this. He just.
Yeah, and he cleans the logo off in the locker room.
Because to him, he's like, well, you don't do that. He's not being an ass about it, and he's not being the simple dopey boy with the broom in the corner. You know, oh, better clean that, somebody spit on it. No, it's just him, just going, well, we don't do that.
Well, no, he takes pride in his team, and he feels that
he's the only one at that point.
Which is true, but I mean, that just shows you that Sean William Scott actually has some range as far as movies.
Chops.
Yeah. Sean William Scott, I want to see you do another movie just as good as this one. I just want to see what else you can do besides.
I know you're listening.
And if you're not, somebody should tap you on the shoulder and say, hey.
Sean William Scott's friends. Tell him to turn and look at this. Mr. William Scott, I respect this.
We should mention we have Shriver's character, who plays the I don't want to say old because he doesn't really seem old, but he's the veteran.
Oh, he's old.
He's the veteran goon that plays for another team, and he's just about on his way out, and he basically knows that Doug is making his way up in the league, and he knows that before he goes out, he has to have a confrontation with his basically replacement.
Oh, the press is insisting on it. If you remember, he's reading that article.
Yes, and there's actually a very good interaction between them before the end of the movie, where
it was a lot like that scene in Heat between Pacino and De Niro, and they're sitting down in the coffee shop.
Yes,
and it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to kick the shit out of you. Yeah, I got that. Thanks, cool.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. If you like sports films,
I do.
You do?
Oh, I love it.
Really? Oh man,
actually, I was gonna say this is the best sports film I've seen in a long time.
Really? I mean, I like to compare this movie to Slapshot, and Slapshot is like my all-time favorite hockey film. I mean,
what's your other favorites?
There really isn't many. I mean, I'd say
Mystery Alaska.
Yeah. Yes, Mystery Alaska is a very. Where can I go to get a rub and a tug around?
There you go. Russell Crowe.
And Mike Myers,
Oh, he was awesome.
You son of.
That's another movie.
Yeah, we'll do that another time.
That's another episode.
I mean, I hate to say there's a soft spot for the first Mighty Ducks in my heart. I'm not talking about the team.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking about the movie. Disney.
All right. But yeah, I would say that this is what really impressed me is that it had a solid heart at its center.
Yes.
In a way, and there's a lot of hockey movie fans out there who are going to call me a blasphemous bastard. I'm prepared.
Blasphemous bastard?
That's what I said.
Yes.
Oh, you were calling me that?
Sure.
So, yeah, but I liked it better than Slapshot.
Really?
I think this Slapshot is a lot more cynical. This movie had like that genuine heart, and it's the most Canadian film I've ever seen.
Canadians make films?
No, they emulate their betters.
Us being the Americans.
Yeah.
Right. You guys.
Stay strong.
Well, I mean, see this movie. I really recommend it for everybody. If you're sitting at home, I mean, you probably got something that you can just...
Netflix.
Yeah, I don't want to give you guys a plug unless you're going to pay me the money.
Flatnicks.
But out of 5 Afros, I give this 3 Afros. Would you agree with 3 Afros?
I agree. You would give that 3 Afros.
Yeah, right. So 3 Afros for Goon. Movie number 2, Magic Mike, directed by
Steven Soderbergh.
Starring Channing Tatum,
Mm-hmm.
Cody Horn,
Mm-hmm.
Matthew McConaughey, Matthew,
All right.
and Kevin Nash.
Kevin the Nash.
I mean, we know him from his days of wrestling. Wrestling?
It's pronounced wrestling.
Wrestling.
Professional wrestling.
Back in the days of the WWF, which is now the WWE.
World Wildlife Fund.
Yes. Where they take care of animals?
They slam them
Something of that nature.
out of extinction.
Dead.
D-E-D-D.
Yeah. Magic Mike is a story about a stripper?
A bunch of them.
Yes, a bunch of them.
But central to the story is a particular male stripper and the environment that surrounds him as he helps bring along a rookie.
Yes, and he basically teaches him the ropes and how to strip and pick up women.
Mostly had to strip at women.
Yes, stripping at women. And you know, I could have been a stripper at one time. I thought about it.
We all have.
Really?
We've all thought about you as a stripper.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Are we talking about furniture?
Sure, or cars. This movie was actually it was very interesting. I went in not seeing what I thought I was going to see. It was not homophobic. This is a movie, guys, you should all take your women to go see it because
And leave them there.
it's kind of like a daycare.
Exactly. There's ropes and bouncy things and slides and things for them to do. The show I was at last night, yeah. I will say this about the crowd, just to get this out of the way. Ladies, for all of you who went to see Magic Mike, great. Thanks for keeping the movie industry alive. And now that Twilight is ending, you've got to do something with your lives, I suppose. That's horribly sexist. I apologize.
No apology necessary.
Okay.
I'm speaking on behalf of them.
No, right. You are the representative. He's the union representative for women.
We pronounce
women.
women.
You participated in a phallus naming? All those women who went crazy and said, "Oh boy, I can't wait to watch people, hot men take off their shirts." Hot men take off their shirts daily, everywhere. It's summer, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I do that in my bathroom all the time.
It's true. He told me that time. I took off my shirt. Cool. Got any pics? Oh shit. I just want to say, there's a magazine that's been out for 40 years called Playgirl. They get all the way naked. Stop squealing at the movie. I'm trying to watch. Jesus. It's like you haven't heard of pornography or something. There's a reason I don't have a subscription to Maxim. Oh, look, she's wearing a bikini. There's naked ladies on my computer. What the hell's a bikini gonna do for me? Ladies, you want schlong? It's waiting. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Let's go back to the movie, directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Soderbergh. Soderpop.
This was actually a fantastic film. I enjoyed myself when I was watching this movie.
You did?
Not because of the schlong, because let me let you know, that's
Oh, by the way, this is a triple S movie.
triple S?
Yes. It contains simulated, silhouetted schlong.
Yes, you know it does.
It does.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
But the movie, from a guy's perspective, is
That is a big schlong, even from a guy's perspective.
I try not to think about it because it hurts my feelings.
Oh, I think about schlong all the time.
Do you? We'll have to come back and talk about that at a different time, sir. So,
Not only about all schlongs, just the concept.
the movie Magic Mike really, at it kept my attention because of Matthew McConaughey. I mean, he outdid himself as always. He plays a scummy, retired,
but likable.
Well, yes, but extremely likable strip club owner.
He's Wooderson, all grown up.
Yes, he is. He is.
The first 3 words of this movie, it's pitch black. Before anything shows up, it goes pitch black for about a minute, and the first 3 words spoken are, all right, all right, all right. It's like he knew. As soon as that happened, the little inner me in my head was like, oh, it's going to be awesome.
And it was awesome. It was a fantastic ride. I will say this for all the geeks at home, us included. You probably watched Olivia Munn on Attack of the Show, and you were always wanting to see...
And Traffic Light.
She wasn't in Traffic Light. No.
Yeah, she was.
No, the television show Traffic Light?
She was on something.
It wasn't her.
Oh, no, that was the thing with the couples on NBC.
Yeah, no,
Traffic Light
Fox.
is ABC.
It was actually Fox.
No, it wasn't. It was NBC. Traffic Light was on Fox. Traffic Light was on Fox. The thing she was on NBC.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
I don't remember what the name of that show was to tell you how good that show was.
She was on it, though.
Was she?
She was all over it.
Nobody cares. But if you want to see Olivia Munn bear it all, she does at the beginning of this movie. And we want to say thank you, Olivia, for showing us your tatas. They're A-okay.
They're mine.
You have Chris? Well, you do. He does. They're there. You just seen them. But it's actually I'm not going to say a feel good movie. It's not. It's actually funny. You have a lot of parts where it just keeps you wanting to laugh and continue to keep watching more, because it's almost like a train wreck, but not a train wreck.
Yeah, train wreck is usually like, oh, this is awful. This is more like there's an actual developing story. The stripping is a gimmick.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's meant to draw people in, but the way they advertise it is like, go see the sexy stripping movie. When really it's about a guy who's trying to find his way, and he uses stripping as just one other job. As you find out in the first 5 minutes, he's got an auto detailing job, he works on a construction crew, and he happens to be a male stripper. It's just one more thing as he's working towards his dream. And this is the point in his life where he's kind of passing the torch on to another generation as he finds out who he is. Yes, it's about a character who has an existential crisis, and he just happens to be a male stripper. So if you're just in it for the schlong, you're going to miss out on this whole movie that's going on at the same time.
Yeah, because believe it or not, this movie has more than just the schlong. There's an actual story here, and I thank Steven Soderbergh for doing this particular movie because it's cool. And not to mention, it shows Florida. I mean, I'm not from Tampa, but it shows Florida. Go Florida. This movie, I mean, do you anything to...
I am not a fan of Florida.
Really? Sorry.
Florida State.
Florida, FSU. This particular movie, I gave Magic Mike 3 Afros.
I think that's about right.
3 Afros. Because it's a good movie to watch. It's something that you can take your lady friend, your woman, your wife, your ex,
Your gay boyfriend.
or your mistress to go see, and you can both enjoy.
Or all of them. Why don't you guys just carpool?
in one big van.
I mean, come on. Come on, everybody that I have sex with.
Let's go down to the movies. Oh, let's go down to the movies.
Oh, by the way, for all those who've been enjoying my description of schlong, it's not in 3D. Oh. Katy Perry's Part of Me is in 3D. I bet I know which part.
Her boobs. Or her head.
Well, wait to just not let them guess. Jesus.
Oh, I mean, they're just there.
This is a two-way medium, right?
Is it? Speak back to us, America. No, I don't hear you. You have to speak a little bit
louder.
Just a little bit louder. No, you in front.
Shut up. Good Lord. Nobody can hear anybody else.
Gosh. So I was thinking about going to Disney World, but
I've never been.
Really? Never been to Disney
I'm
World?
not. I just don't care about the way they change things. They vanilla it all up.
Well, they had like Ricky the Raccoon and all those other people.
Whoa.
Something's going on.
Is this supposed to?
I don't think so. Maybe there's another movie?
Excuse me, sir.
Whoa.
You and your little friends need to wrap it up. It's time to go.
Ooh,
Okay.
sorry. Apologize.
Our bad.
Man, just
That's crazy. Oh, real quick. Is your bathroom still available?
Sir.
Okay, just check.
and see. Cut.